Hey everybody, it's me, Lindsay Rogers. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today, I want to address a few things. I know because um, this is the last, uh, video of 2019, and also the last decade. Because when the new year begins, I'm gonna be posting up more videos. Um, hopefully, in 2020. So I want to talk to you guys about a few things that have been not my usual self. And I know most of you guys are probably concerned about me. I was really going through a lot at this year. I mean, especially it all started back in January when I found out um Logdotzip had got dropped by his multi-channel network, and it was over something that was so petty, and I was really upset. And thankfully for Ryan Watt, who Tyler had reached out on Twitter. I mean, I'm glad that um I was glad that he got his channel, uh, um his monetizing channel back up. I mean, his channel was not monetized, but once that happened, I mean, it was great. But at the same time, even though despite Tyler tried to stream on Mixer a lot, but then he switched back to streaming on YouTube on sometimes, but then that was nearly about it. And I know that was going on. But at the same time, Tyler felt like, I don't know. Now, not just Tyler, Pappas, Logdotzip, who I do appreciate a lot, even though I had seen his transformation of losing weight, which I'm really glad he did. So, you know, and, but while this is happening, like, I was trying to, be pleased and happy for Tyler. Things were getting a little bit too personal from my family side because there were things going on. Like, my mother had to be in the hospital to get her aortic valve replaced, and it was just bad because she was in a hospital that did not give her comfort. Not to mention, they denied me and telling me what was going on because I got stonewalled until I ended up flipping out. But around March, when I went to go visit my doctor, I think it was March, or was it April? Somewhere around that. I talked to my doctor and told her, like, how upset I was, as and she knows that I was having anxiety because not only that, my father is threatening me a lot. I mean, because all I just want to know is what's going on, but he thinks it's okay to threaten me. I, I mean, especially when we went to see the hunter, and I felt discomfort being in the back seat, and I got upset, and he says that he would have me go to jail. I mean, for what? Nothing. You know, you can't threaten somebody to put in jail for that kind of stuff. So, anyway, so went to see my doctor. She says that I've been on that I need to be on anxiety medication. So I'm like, okay, fine. And as you can tell, I am kind of fun, but I mean, I was in a dull place at that time, and it was impossible for me to go and want to just stop taking care of my mother to watch videos. I couldn't do that. I've been going through a lot, but by the time my mother was getting better, I was glad. And even though it was hard for me to watch, everybody, I mean, especially when I went to go watch Logdotzip, and then somehow my focus went to just end up watching Sigils and Biffle Whiff on Sunday. Oy. But I'm trying to get everything back to watching everybody, and I'm glad. And then, of course, finding out Logdotzip decides to go move to Texas, and I'm like, why? And it turns out Tyler said, and apparently I'm going to leave a video down in the description down below. It says that Tyler says that in his video titled "The Scariest Time of My Life" is he decided because he wants to grow his company bigger of because he wants to hire out more people because everything's had changed for him, and not to mention him not showing on, not to mention him um during the whole entire time he hid himself from the video by having no webcam. And I noticed that because he admits that he was totally uncomfortable when he was streaming on Mixer, and I was wondering why was that, and he even didn't felt like himself. So because of that, Tyler ended up, because truth be told, I ended up when I was um going on Instagram, and of course I follow him on Instagram. If you guys don't, go do so. Oh, because anyway, so because of this whole entire situation happening with Tyler, I mean, he he didn't have much to do, but to get himself back into shape. And I noticed that. I mean, especially because he was like going to different places. Like he went to Japan, he went to Sweden, and for the Minecraft summit he does. And on top of that, Tyler is how he was, and all of this time of him, losing this weight, and and it made him feel like he has his own self-confidence again. And hopefully everybody will see him more often with how he looks. I mean, he does look very great. But the one thing I'm kind of shocked that he said, that I kind of heard this before, and that was with Sunday, and that was about nearly almost, well, I would say if this would be in 2020, nearly about 2 years ago. So nearly about 2 years ago, when Sunday decided to come back to his YouTube channel, he says that he had found God again and helped him and end up saving his marriage to his wife. And then, I mean, he said he was a Christian, but and then, of course, there were a lot of other things. Like, he said he would celebrate some Jewish holidays. Like, we were all shocked when he had a video released about Hanukkah, and I'm like, does he really? I'm like, that's not right. I mean, I know he said he was a devoted Christian, but then of course he decided, celebrate, I guess, Jewish holidays. But that tells me maybe, I don't know, maybe both him and his wife both celebrated both holidays. I don't know. Anyway, push comes to and of course, with Sunday and all of them, finding out that he and his wife Madeline are finally expecting to have a baby, which was a boy, and they named him Simon Luke. And I was like, oh. And he's such a cutie. I mean, and of course, let's not forget about Ethan Gila Klein. I mean, I know they I know they had a baby, And it was really kind of crazy, but I can't believe I'm thinking about these babies and stuff, and yet here I am. I'm gonna end up thinking about my cousin. I mean, because I don't know if we're gonna go see her, or starting off in 2020. Who knows? I don't know. But then, of course, I know there are a lot of other things been going on with me, my family, and everybody who I enjoy watching, and friends that I like to talk about things like, for example, Carrie, who's decided to call it her YouTube channel, Carrie the Sad Panda. Um, you know, it's just really kind of crazy enough that she, she decided, shut up and talk about things that made her very upset. And I think it sounds like she said she's depressed, and I don't think I mean, sounds like depression, but I'm not really sure I can't tell about depression. But seriously, I'm just hoping she'll feel much, better, or maybe. But I feel like she needs to go get help anyway. I'm sorry, I'm still laughing because I ended the video with I had to watch Tyler's video, and when Tyler sticks out his tongue like this, I'm like, oh god, dang it, Tyler. Anyway, the course I found out from Tyler's video what he said besides about why he moved to Texas and some other things that I had to hear. But one thing for sure is I'm kind of, I mean, I just couldn't believe how much had changed for him. I mean, especially he said he wants to get like more channels running. Understand Tyler has, well, 4 channels. One he hasn't posted lately, and that is his personal channel, like his full channel, Tyler Pappas. Jeez, good job, Tyler. He still has the Logdotzip YouTube channel, which he hasn't been lately been posted since because he tried to with Super Smash Brothers, and the videos didn't do so well. And then of course there's his 2 other channels, the Logdotzip channel that he had been posting, which is now he's heading towards almost 4 million. So yay, Tyler! Right now he's at like 3.58 million according to what I see here. And then of course he has the pocket edition of his channel, which I haven't lately been watching. But hopefully, I don't know. But apparently Tyler had said that he posted on Instagram, Twitter, and he also mentioned in the video that both of his 2 YouTube channels had already reaching 1 billion views, and that's really cool. I mean, that's good for him to have that kind of stuff. So anyway, so there are a lot of things that have been going on as of much late. But, for me and for my family and for everybody who I enjoy talking or watching, it's crazy. But most of all, I do appreciate, things happening. Anyway, so to cap this off of 2019 and to talk about 2020 and beyond, 2020, I'm going to try my best to post up more, but depends on, because I have to continue on losing weight because my doctor really got angry, upset with me when she said that I haven't lost any weight. And I'm like, yeah, and she wanted me to have, a healthy holidays. I'm like, yeah, I understand. Well, until things went completely crazy and that all 3 of us ended up sick. as in my mother, my brother, and I get sick. And like, great. And even though I don't know how my mom is really feeling, but my brother, yeah, he's fine, goes off. And as for me, I don't know much, but hopefully you guys can understand. Anyway, before I wrap this up, I want to say that, despite of things happening without the whole entire decade, and for wasn't for to me enjoy videos like Logdotzip, which happens because YouTube gave me a recommendation, um, PewDiePie, which happens because there was an article where he got discriminated by a landlord because of him trying to making videos and stuff, and he that they claimed that he was then like gay, and he was treating Felix like he was like and showing off being homophobic. But I ended up watching him. That led me to watching Mark, Eric, and Sean and Ken. Yes, as in Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, and Simmering Toast Ken. From there, from Markiplier to Captain Sparkles, and to Captain Sparkles with Craner and Sunday, and Craner because of Tia, and now with Jelly and Slogo Man. And not to, oh yeah, and of course Pat and Jen. I forgot about them. And for Sunday with Sigils, Biffle Wiffle, and Jerome, and Tootie. That's how it is. And of course, not to mentioning Ambrew and Nico, Koran, Gold, Actual. Oh, I mean, yeah, all of them. And not to mention Stacy, Lauren, Megan, okay, Strawberry 17, Megan, nearly almost everybody. And not just the gaming community, but the pro wrestling community with everybody. I mean, especially with All Elite Wrestling and Riho and Kenny, Nick, Matt, Cody, Brandy, Jericho. Yes, Chris Jericho. Not Jericho as in Tucker. But Chris Jericho. I think Tucker got the deal from that because of who else? I don't know, maybe. But and a lot of others, and but in the end of this whole entire madness, there are a lot of things happen. So anyway, this is the end of 2019, and on to 2020. A new decade to begin, a fresh start, hopefully losing weight in the process. Oof. And hopefully everybody is fine. Hopefully. So anyway, thank you all for watching. If you can, please hit that like button down below. If you are new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Make sure notifications are definitely turned on. And let's hope for 2020 and get more subscribers. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Till then. Bye.